Welcome, everybody. I have a gentleman with me, and yep, okay. I'm having to talk to him through my guides. Um, he is a shaman, and he was from a tribe called the Yama Army tribe in the rainforest. Thank you. Yeah. He's asking. He's asking me why we consume earth oil and in our foods and in our medicines. He says that they never did any of that. They took their medicines from Mother Nature, plants, seeds, berries, barks from trees. Because he showed me climbing a tree that has a plant that grew from a tree or on a tree. It was hosted by the tree, and it was a very, very precious plant. And he showed me it's a leaf, a really big leaf, and it was tied up in a square. And he unfolded it and showed me, and it went like this. And he showed me various leaves and plants, berries, nuts, that type of thing. And he's saying that through my guides that everything here will cure anything that we could get. They didn't have diseases. They didn't have ailments as we know them. He said, but when they started, yeah, right, okay, he's saying that the ailments and injuries started when the European men came. He's showing me a gentleman, and he looks like a priest, thank you. And he was stood on the bow of a boat, and he was accompanied by quite a few people, and he had a stick, and his stick was his authority. And when he came, he said, I've come to liberate you. He says that they couldn't understand what he was saying, and he couldn't understand what they were saying, and therefore he rendered them stupid, and he rendered them savages and animals. And my guy's telling me that there were priests, either Italian or Spanish priests, and because they wouldn't believe what they came to liberate them with, they killed quite a few of them, and this man was killed by this priest. And he says, we never did anything. We just believed in Mother Nature. We believed in everything has a spirit, and we lived as part of that spirit nature, or nature spirit. He was showing me it looked like an igloo, but it was made from branches, twigs, and they used to put leaves and skins over the top of it to make it look like a tent. And inside was a small fire, and they used to burn leaves and mushrooms to thank you. Yeah. All right. Okay. They used to burn the smoke from burning leaves and mushrooms sent him into an altered state of consciousness. And the reason they did this was so that the medicine that they were going to administer would get straight into where it was needed, and the human body was more receptive with the spirit out the way. And that's exactly what they did. And they found the recovery time and it was quicker, and the medicine's potency was better without you being conscious or you being in that consciousness. And you would eventually be able to not reach the astral plane, but you would be eventually able to go onto a different plane, a spiritual plane, so that the medicine could be administered. It's showing me that they had also a drink, and it was made from mushrooms, and they used to put the mushrooms in the mouth, and the saliva would make this pink drink, and that was also consumed as a medicine, and which would be administered for various ailments that they had at that time. It says we didn't have cancers, we didn't have anything of that nature until the Europeans came and gave us disease. And when he came to me, he had a really big beaming smile, and he had a haircut where it was all down, all one length, all the way around, like put a basin on his head and cut round. And he had various beads around his neck as a totem, and he also just had, it looked like a loincloth on his around his waist to cover himself up in that way. But he said that they all used to have purpose in their societies. They used to all gather various foodstuffs so that they could come in at night and all eat together. And that's what they did until the European came, and then a lot of people died because of various means. And but he just wanted to share that we need to get back to nature. We need to listen to nature, and that nature's balance will be restored. He says that because he's been allowed to walk the earth plane, which is the first thing he's ever done since he never left his community until he passed away. And he's telling me that our governments and rulers treat us like animals and treat us badly, as if we're low animals, like shrews and mice and just vermin, really. And that's how they treat us. It's the greedy people that are keeping us down, and he doesn't understand why we want to live in that way. He's come what he wanted to say, and he's going back to his forest where he feels safe and loved and wanted. But he says, I will keep my eye on what is happening in your world, because you need guidance from me and my other shamans around the world. On that note, I'll just bless you. Thank you. Thank you very much. And he's just given me a blessing. And on that note, he is walking back to his homeland. And I'd just like to say to everybody, thank you so much for joining us, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.